John, chapter 13, and we will be looking at verses 2 through 11. I will be reading the even numbers, and I'll ask you to read the odd number. 13, verses 2 through 11, and that's John. The devil had already put into the heart of Judas, son of Simon Iscariot, to betray him. And during supper,
I come up with 56.
got up from the table, took off his outer robe, tied a towel around himself.
Then poured water into a basin, and began to wash the disciples' feet, and to wipe them with the towel that was laid around him.
He came to Simon Peter, who said to him, Lord, are you going to wash my feet?
Jesus answered, You did not know now what I am doing, but later you will understand.
Peter said to him, You will never wash my feet. Jesus answered, Unless I wash you, you have no share with me.
Simon Peter said to him, Lord, not my feet only, but also my hands and my head.
Jesus said to him, One who has bathed does not need to wash, except for the feet, but is entirely clean, and you are clean, though not all of you.
For he knew who was to betray him. For this reason he said, Not all of you are clean.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we are about to dive into your word to be thoroughly enriched. Help us to glean what wisdom you would have us to learn. In Christ's name, amen. Due to our service this morning, I am not going to do the full 6 or 3 pages or whatever it is back there. I'm going to try to give you the Reader's Digest of my sermon. But I'm not sure what was said. Basically, what we have going on here is during this Last Supper event, Jesus goes up and is going around all of a sudden doing something which is obscure. It's normally done for the lowliest of servants. And he's going around and washing the feet of the disciples. This is something truly out of the ordinary. Peter is appalled by it. Here is Jesus, their future Messiah, the future King of Israel, and he's washing feet. Doesn't he remember where they walked? How could he do this? So when Jesus comes to Peter, he goes, You think you're going to do this? No. Jesus says, Well, if you won't let me do it, you have no part of me. Peter's attitude changed real quick. Well, then wash me completely. I totally want to be a part of it. In that split second, Peter's purpose changed. All he knew is he wanted to follow Jesus. He thought it was going to go one way, and that idea still continued for some time. But he slowly got the idea. By following Jesus meant a totally different purpose. Jesus was going to be a suffering servant, not authoritative king. Because even though Peter said, Wash me thoroughly, I will be part of you within the next hour, he's the one drawing a sword on the Roman guard. He's still got that mentality. Jesus is going to be on the throne, and I'm going to help get him there. Jesus was going to the cross. Peter had to learn and understand. We all sometimes go through life this way. We think we know where God is leading. And we jump on board with full enthusiasm. And then something happens. Either we get distracted or we find out the purpose has changed. And we feel like we're disconnected. How do we get back with God? Is my hope all gone? Am I just to be now a person sitting on the sidelines? Well, for those who have done the study, the purpose-driven life, we know that there is a life, a purpose for each and every life. God has planned it and ordained it. But a lot of times I think we get confused. We hear this passage, or this book and this message, and we think there's only one purpose. God is saying to me, John, there's one thing I want you to do in my life, and if you mess up, well, you're on the sidelines. No. Look what God tells Israelites in the book of Jeremiah. They keep messing up, they keep chasing after other gods. Now they're in exile, and he goes, I have plans for you. Plans in the plural. Not the singular. Not one plan for you, but multiple. And you'll never know exactly where it goes. To give you a better modern day example, how about the Stantons? Those missionaries we've been supporting for the past 6 years. They felt called by God. She was going to teach English, and he was going to help maintain the school structure in Africa. They were there for about 2 years. And then I did believe Ebola came into being. They had to leave the country. Was their mission derailed? Were they no longer supposed to be missionaries? Were they supposed to just come back to Illinois and sit on the sidelines? No, God gave them a new purpose. He sent them to Hungary. I see the connection. Africa, Hungary, don't you? Well, yeah. In Africa, you might have people who are hungry, but no, they just felt God calling them. She went to Hungary, and again, she was teaching English, and still is. He has gained a new purpose. He is no longer maintaining a building. He is going to Serbia, Croatia, and other places in Eastern Europe, helping refugees, bringing in supplies, bringing in fresh firewood, fresh water, and in every situation telling about Jesus. And there are times, though, whether we may be on course like the Stantons and getting our plans changed, but how about when we mess up? Can God no longer use us? Are we like that old piece of furniture that's been worn and torn out that, oh, it's done its purpose, we now toss it out? God says, no, I'm the great repurposer. We have across the river the pickers. They find old stuff and they sell it so people can make new and exciting things out of it. Taking in an old gas tank with the glass bubble top and making it into an aquarium. And many other things. But God says, no matter what you do, no matter how tarnished, bumped up, or bruised, I can make something out of you. I can use you. What you thought derailed you, I can use for greater good. You may have got involved with, say, drugs. How can I still live a good Christian life? You've been through that. You can help those who are coming out in drug rehab and help them to get on the right course. You can be a person who talks to the dealers and witnesses to them. How about for those, you may have to lose your job. You can be a listening ear and help for those who go through the same situation. God has given you a new purpose and a new direction. Don't believe that God just has one single purpose. God can repurpose anything. no matter where you are in your life, whether you've never called upon God or you've called upon Him several times, He's not through with you yet. The only ones He's through with in this building are the ones on this tree. They're whole, complete, holy, made perfect. We're the ones still being rebuilt for other purposes. They're resting. We're still working. God has called you to do great things. We look at these names of individuals, how they have impacted us, and we feel sometimes, how do we measure them? Can we even compete? It's not a competition. They did stuff to help us. It is our job to build others, not just to glean from them and then sit. God will always have a purpose for you. The question is, will you allow Him to mold you, to make you, and use you for that greater purpose? Something that you may never realize. I never realized I was going to be a preacher. I was going to be an accountant, okay? And then I got bored with accounting, and then I was going into teaching, politics. I think I tried every major on campus before I ended up with that inspiring. Everyone flocks to world religions and a minor in philosophy. What am I going to do with that? I thought maybe going into archaeology or maybe sociology, studying people groups. I had no intention of being in ministry. But God had already begun placing my heart, working with people, going with organizations, and He sent me to Russia to change my heart. Hopefully He doesn't have to send you to Moscow. It's a great city, mind you, but don't go in wintertime. But He changed my heart and gave me a new heart for ministry and missions. And one of the few times I was smart enough to actually listen. And since I've been appreciative all the more of what God is doing for me. Do I have all the answers? No. I can point to a book which points me to a God who knows all the answers. But He has a purpose for me, and He has a purpose for you, just like He has a purpose for each and every person on that tree. Appreciate them, honor them, but even do so more by allowing God's purpose to reign in your hearts. With that, let us pray and get ready to have our closing 2 songs. Lord, thank You for this time. Thank You for our purpose of life, or purposes, I should say, because each and every day gives us a new opportunity to serve You in a unique way. Help us not to rush in and foolhardily think we know what Your plans are, but to hear Your voice and to follow accordingly. Thank You for using us where we're at, all our bumps and bruises, and making us shine as great gems for You. In Christ's name, amen. Shall we stand and sing, I do believe we have